Good morning. How's everybody doing today? We are live. It is a big day. Good Morning Disney is our Monday through Saturday show where we talk about the Disney news and stuff of the day. Sometimes my wife's on with the baby. We shoot the grandkid. We show her off. We have some fun. Today's a little more serious. I got to be honest. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to laugh a lot. I hope you're going to laugh a lot. But today is Disney Investor Day. And I'm excited about it. Now, even if you're not a Disney investor, even if you don't buy stock in the company, which you all should, by the way, message me for a link, referral link. You'll get free stock. I'll get free stock with a minimum deposit, but this is not a sales job, okay? Even if you're not a Disney investor, today is the day that all the news comes out. Now, there's been some leaking news the last couple, 2-3 days even. If you're a Disney fan who likes Disney news about what's coming in the next couple of years, today is your Christmas. 'Tis the season for all the new shows. Disney Plus streaming service, all in, man, all in. We're going to talk about a lot of it, what we know, what we think we know, when they're going to have Investor Day, how you can watch it live. I'll be watching it live. Let me say hello to everybody in chat. If you're watching on the replay, let me explain. We go live again Monday through Saturday. We do miss days. Work gets in the way sometimes, and it did yesterday, but basically 6 days a week. We go live 9:15 Central Time, 10:15 Eastern Time, talking about the Disney news and stuff of the day. Today, Disney Investor Day is going to be talking about all the streaming talk you can get. I'm sure there's going to be news about the Disney parks. I'm sure there's going to be news. There's going to be tons of news. We're going to get to all of that. But right now, I'm live, and I'm going to say hi to everybody in the chat. If you're watching it on the replay, that's what's going on. Bloomin' Cheese in the house. Jennifer White in the house. Jay Skywalker still has a better last name than me. Katrina's in the house. What's going on? Armando Christian in the house. Good morning to you. Welcome in. I'm glad you're here. Tina McNeil's here. Thanks for being a member, by the way. If you see people in green, that means they're members of the channel. They get access to some funny emojis and a weekly Zoom call, which we haven't done because of the holidays. We'll have one this Friday, almost assuredly. My mom's here. What's going on? My mom, Resort Budgeting's in the house. If I missed you, I apologize. I'm going to try to follow chat as best I can today, but there's a lot of news to get to and only so much time to do it. Before I dive into the Disney news, which is going to happen in about 30 seconds here, my 25 Days of Disney Creators continues. At the end of this show, be 15 minutes. I'll stop at 10 o'clock my time or so, 11 o'clock Eastern time, 15 minutes. After that, today's Disney Creator will be highlighted on my channel. Please check that out. All right. Ready to start? Tina's here. Jay Skywalker's here. Off topic, the SpaceX spaceship. Oh my gosh, did you see it? Awesome is a word. Yes. I love space. Space talk. I love Elon Musk. I'm an Elon Musk fanboy. He actually thinks he had a good day. I would say yesterday was a little rough, but he thinks it was a good day. Eddie's in the house. Good morning to you. Okay, let's get right to it. This is everywhere. Unless you're under a rock, you already know this probably, but not everyone, I shouldn't say that. Not everyone follows this kind of stuff. Misty Harris. Hello, Misty. How are you, my friend? Deadline.com is what I'm reading from, but it's everywhere. You have to not want to know this stuff to not know it, but here you go. In case you don't, Disney stock hits an all-time high on the eve of streaming. Happy Investor Day. Yes, today's Investor Day, as I've said about 100 times. And the stock went through the roof yesterday. And I honestly don't know where it is today. It's probably down a couple dollars, but the whole market's down a little bit because a couple people who carry EpiPens with them, by the way, are already highly allergic to stuff in England, reacted poorly to the vaccine. So the markets are freaking out. It's going to come back. It's going to be a good day to buy. It's going to be a little dip today. Anyway, that's a whole other conversation. With COVID-19 decimated theme parks, again, just reading from Deadline.com to give credit where credit's due. With COVID-19 decimating theme parks, sports production, and other pillars of its business, the Walt Disney Company should be limping toward the end of 2020. If you've been following my channel, if you pay attention to me at all, if you're on my Slack channel, which you're welcome to go to, it's free. Anywhere I go, anywhere I've been saying this, Disney ain't limping. Disney is thriving right now. It's just the photo. I'm talking as the business. We're going to have a huge year, 2021. America, Disney will, all of it. We'll hire everybody back. It'll be a beautiful thing. All right, here it comes. Instead, investors have bought into the media giant's resilience in a big way, sending the company's stock up more than 25% in the past month. I bought it in the 80s. Shares finished today at $154.40. Again, this is from yesterday. Their highest closing price ever. After peaking at $157.45 earlier in the day. I've been calling for 185. Yesterday, a big stock forecaster called for 185. I said, Paula, my wife, Paula. Did you see what they said? What I said like 6 months ago. Lizzie in Disneyland and house, what's going on? Francisco in the house. BDF, Disney is thriving. That's right, Keith. Shares the I already read that. The balance sheet may be in tatters. It's not. With 2 straight quarters of losses in the first fiscal year of Red Ink in 40 years, but the stock is keeping the dream alive for return to glory. To quote the 1964 theme song reprised in the latest Disney World TV ads, there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. I can't sing. Vaccine approvals and the prospect of more normal business dynamics and life in general in 2021 have boosted confidence. Optimism has more to do with the company's investor presentation on Thursday. Corner Sports, Tommy in house, what's going on? Have owned Disney for 20 years. Always bought stock in the companies I use and love because you're smart. And it pays it. It's paying off this year, right? I'm up 40% this year, and I only started in this year. So I am right, Tina. They'll be back to work. I mean, it stinks that we're in the situation that a lot of people have lost their jobs. So that's nothing to celebrate. But as a business, it's in good shape, which is good news for those employees or anybody who wants to come back anyway. Mickey Sightings in the house. Hey, Mickey Sightings, how are you? Aftershocks continue to be felt. I won't read the whole thing, don't worry. To be felt from the Warner Media's call last week to send all Warner Brothers 2021 movies to stream on HBO Max. Oh my gosh. Hollywood is wearing a diaper, and they're continually changing their diaper the whole day long. They're freaking out so bad because of what Warner Brothers did. So HBO Max, not that popular with the creators in Hollywood. They need the money that is the movie theaters to influx. You know, they're not so happy about HBO Max. So what's going on over there is they're taking all the movies, and the day it drops in the theaters, they're putting it on HBO Max. They announced that, last week, I guess? And people don't like it. Aaron Sorkin, who's crazy good as a writer. He's a little weird maybe in real life, but most really, really creative people are. One of my favorite, West Wing, sports radio, so many shows. West Wing is my favorite that he did. You Can Handle the Truth. He's that guy. Anyway, he's brilliant, and he's the biggest name who's up in arms about what they're doing over there, HBO Max. HBO Max is doing that in defense of, to defend against Disney Plus and Netflix. So this is big news. And yeah, I think that the Mulan, we've talked about this already, the Mulan movie going straight to Disney Plus Premium, while no one really liked the movie, and everyone verbally says, I've said this a lot on the show too. Hey, Michael and Bill, Trello Channel, good morning to you. Verbally says, oh yeah, I swear I didn't pay for it, and I didn't. I watched it the other day for the first time, but it was profitable. It was a hugely profitable endeavor for them to put it straight to Disney Plus, so they'll continue to do that. And I'm sure we'll get some information on that today too. All right, enough of that. Let's go to the next news. Is that okay? Let me get caught up. Mickey, sorry, anybody I missed? If there's anybody in chat that I missed, I apologize. There's just a lot of news today. So Investor Day, let's talk about Investor Day. It's a 4-hour presentation. Now, I am working from home today. We changed up the schedule a little bit. I'm working from home. It's actually a good thing because we've got our Christmas party. We work with kids. And so our Christmas party is tomorrow. So we're actually working away from the office anyway, which I didn't realize a couple days ago would be today. So it's really worked out. So if we get all that stuff done, I don't know if I can sit on a 4-hour call. But Walt Disney Investor Day is today. Let's talk about it. This is straight from the WaltDisneyCompany.com. The Walt Disney Company will webcast its Investor Day 2020 today. The event focused on the company's direct-to-consumer streaming services, not just Disney Plus, is scheduled to begin at approximately 4:30 Eastern Time, 1:30 Pacific. The Investor Day is expected to last 4 hours, blah, 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 blah. I don't want it. It's just boring stuff. Let's get to the good stuff. Let's get out of that. Disney to reveal plans to turbocharge streaming offerings. So this is where it gets good. Ready? Here we go. Again, this is from the New York Times, actually, giving credit where credit's due. I don't think I usually am reading from the New York Times. It's just the one I sent myself. No big deal. A significant expansion of the Star Wars universe. Tom Hanks as Geppetto in a live-action Pinocchio. And somebody named Yara Shahidi, I don't know who that is, as Tinkerbell in a live-action Peter Pan and Wendy. Footage from new Marvel projects. A star-studded prequel to The Lion King. Today, as part of a 4-hour investor presentation focused on streaming, the Walt Disney Company will provide a Death Star-sized trove of coming content. So basically, they had 5 years of plans, and they had to truncate. They had to get rid of basically most of 2020 and pile it in. So we're going to get so much content. We're going to get 5 years of content over the next 4 years. I mean, that's really what it is. Some big budget Disney movies will continue to have exclusive runs in theaters. We'll see. We'll see. I hope that's true, but I don't actually think so. But we'll see. The Lion King project, directed by some guy that nobody cares about, and focused on Mufasa's backstory, yes, please, is a good bet. Others will debut online. That is where Pinocchio is headed. Tom Hanks. Who's Tom Hanks? Tom Hanks. I need some more coffee. All will I need a lot more coffee. All will ultimately serve one goal, which is strengthening Disney Plus, the company's flagship streaming service. Therein lies the proof is in the pudding. And anybody who's telling you that Disney's having a bad year is just a negative Nancy. Sorry for all those people named Nancy. The streaming service alone, if that was the only part of business that was there, the stock would be doing well. The business would be doing well. Now, when a Disney fan like me is talking about Disney, we're obviously talking about the parks mostly, if not also involved with the movies. But the business model, it's about, they have these properties. They have Pinocchio. They have The Lion King. Whether they make it a ride in a land or a movie or merchandise, the profit isn't only in the parks. The parks have been very profitable throughout the years. The loss on the books that they're talking about is fully in the parks divisions, right? Disney Plus has been and will be moving forward a larger piece of the Disney financial puzzle. Think about it. If the brilliance of our executive director, Bob Iger, didn't do what he did against the board's wishes at first, by the way, purchasing Star Wars, purchasing Marvel, purchasing Fox, purchasing Pixar, and then the biggest one, frankly, and a lot of people might disagree with this, but all of them are wrong and I'm right. You can write it down. That was for you, Walt. The move to streaming, straight to consumer, direct to consumer, from the movie house Disney to my set, to my phone, to my Roku. There you go, Walt. Walt, I love you, but I had to read on. Jeff, if the business isn't doing well, why are they letting thousands of people go? The division of the Disney parks, which respectfully and most people are concentrated on, is doing horrible. The overall business is doing great. The stock hit its biggest number ever yesterday. It is a profitable business. The Disney Parks division is doing horrible. Why? I mean, I bet everybody knows. The business as a whole, it's like saying I own a business and there's like 1,000 businesses and one of them was a car wash and the car wash is having a bad year. The overall company is doing great. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily buy today's Surf Bum because it bounced yesterday. It'll come back. I love Disney and I'm a long-term buyer, but today wouldn't be the day because it's going to come back a little bit. So anyway, Walt, I mean, respectfully, Disney, the business is doing great. Disney, the parks is having a rough year, the roughest year it's ever had, or at least in our lifetime. Anyway, but you got to think big picture, my man. All will ultimately serve one goal, which is strengthening Disney Plus, the company's flagship service. At a time when streaming is becoming cuttingly competitive and some of Disney's traditional businesses are struggling, Disney hopes to use a virtual event to dazzle Wall Street. It did last year. 2 years ago, last year, whatever, on Disney Investor Day, they announced the Disney Plus pricing. The stock went to its highest level ever. At the time, that was 133. The day before Investor Day, yesterday, went to what? What did we go? 156? I don't even remember now. Yesterday. Definitely, and Walt says, definitely profitable. They said they're letting many executives go as well. I mean, they say that for PR. They don't need to let any executives go. It sucks to let $15 an hour people go. It sucks. It's bad PR. It's horrible. But what are you going to do? Have them sell popcorn to the ducks? The state of Florida has rules that you can't have as many people in there. I mean, it is what it is. And they're more open than California. I mean, why is Disney letting people go in Anaheim at the Disney parks? Because there's nobody going to the Disney parks. That's not news that is bad for the company. It's bad news for the $15 an hour people. So vote the way you want, people. Last month, Bob Chapek, Disney's chief executive, announced that Disney Plus had reached 74 million subscribers worldwide. I read that too fast. Let's do that again, shall we? Last month, Bob Chapek, Disney chief executive, announced that Disney Plus had reached 74 million subscribers. $10 a month, 70 more million people. $10 a month, 74 million people. Raise your hand. Let me say it again. $10 a month, 74 million people. Insane retention levels, meaning hardly anyone leaves. Mostly the only people who've left are the people who are getting it for free because they bought on with something else. Yeah, I would say the business is having a bad year. Said nobody ever. I loved it. I remember on my Instagram, I posted when Disney got under $90 a share. Hey guys, it's Christmas. Buy. I did. And I had probably 5 to 1, maybe 8 to 1. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. When opportunity knocks and you're scared of it, I mean, you know, there are people who are afraid to order Uber Eats because they don't want somebody to knock on the door. I mean, it's that joke, you know, somebody knocks on the door, everybody runs and hides. Or you go and they, you know, hand you a check. It is what it is. You be you. Disney is also expected to give growth updates on its streaming platforms, including ESPN Plus, Hulu, and new general entertainment offering Star, which will debut overseas in the coming months. So Star will be big news. No one's going to care about it here in America very much. So it's the overseas streaming service, and it's the adult entertainment. And when I say adult entertainment, don't think Cinemax, think adult entertainment. You know, like the big bad Harry Weinstein was the guy who was doing it for a long time. And obviously he moved on, he left Disney, they called it another thing, and then he became a punk, all those things. But Star is going to be a big profit maker for the Disney brand overseas. Think Hulu, think it's not cartoons, it's not Disney stuff, it's their other part of their creation content. You guys understand, right? The question everyone has now is where from here, says some guy, a founder of something, a media research firm. We expect to see a lot more spending on content to turn Disney Plus into more of an always-on service, which will increase pricing power. Subscriptions to Disney Plus cost $7 a month. The least expensive Netflix plan is $9 a month. Disney declined to comment. Who cares about that? What do you guys think in the chat? I think I get a little frustrated sometimes because it's such a booming business. It's such a beautiful business. They have their core model is to share magic. I'm down with that. I work with kids. I love the wonder of Christmas. I love helping kids have a good day. Disney does that for all of us. I love this company. Obviously, I have a channel about it. It is what it is. Most of you guys love this company, but I find in our Disney community, not just necessarily the YouTube Disney community, but the Disney community as a whole, likes to tear down Disney. And I think it's very I hate success kind of thinking, but Disney's doing a great job. It sucks that all these people have lost their job, but it ain't Disney doing it. Disney doesn't want to be closed. The pandemic did it, and then state regulators did it, certainly in California. Disney would like to open up and offer all those jobs back. I've got friends, a lot of you in chat have friends who have worked for Disney, do work for Disney again, and some are looking to get back into Disney. The jobs will come back. Let me get caught up in chat. Let's see, Walt says agreed. This will play a big role in how people vote in California for the next governor. I wish I agree with that. I love you, but I again disagree. He'll get 70% of the votes because they're California. People are moving. So again, I don't want to get too political, but I love you, Walt, but I disagree with that. That it will play a role in who moves out of the state, and the evidence, there is evidence that demands that verdict there. People aren't staying to vote in or vote out Gavin. They're leaving, as they should have a decade ago. All the Disney Cruise cast members, so sad. Yeah, that stinks, but that business will come back too. The cruise stocks, Norwegian and Carnival, are going through the roof. I'm almost double on mine. I own about 20 of one and 30 of the other. You should absolutely be putting your money into things that sell. America's going to have a great 2021, 2022. Next year's economy is going to roar. People have money set aside that are waiting to deploy it, and they're going to deploy it on trips to Disney and Starbucks. And people are sick of sitting in their house. A lot of people, I hear this on the show too. Oh no, nobody has any money right now. A lot of people are hurting. There's no doubt about that. A lot of people are hurting, but also a lot of people have a lot of money that they haven't been able to deploy, and that's going to happen in 2021 and even into 2022. So saith me. All the Disney Cruise cast members so sad. They'll all be coming back to work. Hopefully they found work in the interim. It does suck, but you know, you're paid in direct proportion to the problems you solve. And I'm rooting for cast members, but they're not solving a problem. They're providing a service, but they're not solving a problem. It's good business to not retain employees that you can't put to work. Exactly. It would be foolish to keep paying people that you weren't allowed to. Again, I'm going to pay you $15 an hour to not sell popcorn. No, said nobody ever. Hey, Kalani in the house, what's going on? The layoffs are good business, just sucks for those who absolutely. Always, the little guy always loses if he or she stays a little guy. That's why the little guy needs to be allowed to move up. If you're just starting out and you don't have the skill set yet, if you can't solve a problem, then you're under the control of someone who will pay you to trade your hours. If you can solve a problem, you don't have to worry about somebody giving you a job. I just hope, economics talk on Dole Whip Dad Show. I'm sorry about that. Not really. I just hope they announce something along the lines of what WB and HBO Max are doing with releasing movies on Disney Plus, missing my Marvel movies. Dad Builds, I think that the world would disagree with you in that hope, but they will anyway. They're going to be doing that. I think a lot of people in the Disney community are probably going to flip out when they hear some things go straight to Disney Plus, and I think some things are going to go straight to Disney Plus for an additional fee. I fear Geppetto. Is that the name of it? I fear Tom Hanks and the Geppetto movie will go that way, but we'll see. Hey, Terry Rose, what's going on? That's just my opinion. I think the biggest news, excuse me, I got the hiccups. The biggest news that's about to come out today that lots of people have been lying online about is that they're not going to have a bunch of Star Wars. Now, last night I saw a lot of news about it, and this morning too. There's going to be a whole group of new Star Wars prequels. Think Obi-Wan Kenobi. Think the Rogue One series. Think I'm hoping Cara Dune. Love her. Boy, lots of BS fake stuff about Gina Carano online right now. Pretty silly. She's awesome. I love her. Terry Rose, good morning to you. Walt says that's basically what I'm saying. I know he'll get voted back in. Yeah. I think we agree on that, buddy. Ray J in the house, what's going on, my man? How are you? Resort Budgeting's here. What's going on? He's one of my stock buddies. Anyway, I think there's some more news. I'm trying to go fast, guys, because there's a whole bunch of stuff I want to talk about. While I'm pulling this up, again, remember, this show will go on for 15 or 20 minutes, and then there'll be a little bit of break, and then I've got my 25 days of Vlogmas, a new Disney creator every day for 25 days. I hope you've been watching it. If you haven't, please check it out today. A new creator this morning for you, and I hope you will check it out. She's a nice girl, and she's got a neat channel. She's brand new. She's got less than, not even at 1,000 subscribers yet. Got an email from Walt Disney telling me about the stream. I won't read that right now. I mean, we already talked about this. Disney hit the all-time high. I don't need to read that to you anymore. I guess it really comes down to this. What do you think is going to be the biggest news of the day? I think it's going to be about Star Wars and about the streaming. WrestleFan 12686. That's cool. Tom Hanks, Pinocchio. Exactly. Cruella. Yes. New Peter Pan. Well, the Tink. Exactly. WrestleFan knows what he's talking about. So, or he, I'm assuming. Tom Hanks, Pinocchio is going to be the big news. Obviously, it's already out, but I think today they'll do a really neat presentation. The Cruella movie does look good. I mean, come on. Cruella's an iconic character. But you're not mentioning the Star Wars. I'm excited about the Star Wars. I'm very excited about that. Trying to follow the chat here, guys. Sorry if I'm getting a little convoluted. So has Disney decided if they are still going to release movies in theaters as well? I think that's some of the biggest news today, Walt. I think that okay, so my opinion now, not anything I've read, my opinion is they would very much like to keep some of that going, but they don't need to, and it's probably more profitable not to. I think that I want to help AMC and to help some of those other companies, is probably a relationship they're not ready to bury, but they're in a very, very, hey, Juliet Miranda in the house. What's going on? Everybody say hi to Juliet. Juliet rocks. They're in a very, very strong business or position to say, see ya. Universal's already kind of doing that, and people are freaking out. Excuse me 1 second. I got a little tickle there. So has Disney decided if they're still going to release movies in the theater as well? I think they're not ready to give up on that model, but they definitely have a platform now, Disney Plus and others, Hulu, Star overseas, which they're announcing today. That's going to be some of the biggest news. Hey, Magic the Mouse TV, what's going on, my man? Bill, this is my buddy. Hey, Rob Greenwood in the house. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member, by the way, guys. Rob and Ray J and Tina and Magic the Mouse, all members of the channel. I appreciate you that so much. I'm trying to answer your question. Well, I think that they are in a very strong position to bounce away from the theaters and go straight to Disney Plus. I don't think they're going to do that yet because why burn that bridge? But they can and they will. I think in 5 years, very few Disney movies will be going to the theater. Now there will be some that do, and I say that if it's really more Jeff opinion now, okay? Jeff opinion. It's really more about, can the AMCs of the world stay in business? Will the local theaters still be a thing? If the local theaters can stay afloat, and I actually think they can. I actually own a little bit of AMC, not a lot, but a little bit. If their model, and I've said this on the show too, is 10%. So let me explain that. If a movie house has 10% capacity, so we will go in and you watch a movie, and like, oh man, there's nobody in here. If it's 10% full, it's profitable. That's the model, okay? And I'm being very general, obviously. But 10% is not that big. So when it's packed, that's 10 times what they needed. If it's full, it's 10 times. If it sells out, it's 10 times what they needed to break even. So if it's half full, that's 5 times what they needed. If it's 25% full, that's 2.5 times, right? But if it's less than 10%, then slowly, but well, not so slow, quickly and surely, the AMC movie houses of the world will close up and the local movie houses go away. So I think that's more about consumer confidence in 2021 and beyond. If next year by the spring and the summer, people are going on cruises, people are sitting in Starbucks, people are going to the movies, then Disney will still have movies in the movie theater, as will the other movie houses. But if people aren't, because they only make more money, right? If the movie goes to your local AMC in Baltimore and they sell them, the $10 an hour kid makes his money because you're buying $20 popcorn and all that economic stuff happens. And then it goes to Disney Plus or Netflix or whatever it shall be. It's just more money generation. If that model in the movie theaters doesn't work because we consumers choose not to go to the movies, it'll go straight to Disney Plus. Does that make sense? I hope I answered that right. I know I'm way behind in chat. And again, that's just my opinion. Arrogantly, I'm right, but that's just my opinion. Movie theaters, Ray J says, are important to the dating scene. Ray J, I love you. I can't imagine how my kids will do dates without the movies. I might not have even had any kids if we didn't get to go to the movies, right? I mean, Ray J with the comment of the day. I agree, actually. I mean, movie theaters are fun. I don't want to go down that road, but it really it's just like when people talk about, so bringing it back to Disney and the Disney parks, I get a little crazy when people like, oh, how come they took away my favorite ride? Because nobody was in line, because the space that they have wasn't being taken up by people. Nobody was in line. If people go in line and spend time there, it stays. If nobody goes in line, they got to put something else there that people will go to. It's the same thing with movie theaters. I mean, people vote with their feet. People vote with their pocketbook. People vote with their eyeballs, their time. It's definitely more profitable to not release theaters. Just wondering. Yeah, I do too, Walt. I do. I would go once a month on a minimum basis. When I became a YouTuber, anything that was Disney, anything I could review, I would go on the first day. It became a fun thing. My girls love it. One of my daughters loves popcorn. I love that. The truth is, we'll find a replacement. It's really, but it's up to us. Like the whole don't blame them thing is where I'm trying to go with this. If you want to have movie theaters, go to the movies. Now you're only one piece of a cog, right? But if the mass of America still goes to movies, movie theaters will be around. But I believe, and I think the data shows this, that what we found is sitting at home in our jammies, you can have popcorn too. Sonos, another stock that I own that I love that you should buy. People are getting, I don't even own the product, but I own the stock. Great sound systems. People have bigger TVs now. You can have Uber Eats bring you food. You're on your own couch. You can use your own bathroom. You don't have sticky feet when you leave. The movie theater system has been killing itself because the customer experience has sucked for decades. Go into a movie, come out, and lick the bottom of your shoe, and you'll probably die. It's not a clean environment. It's just they're getting paid minimum wage. It's just they made so much money they didn't have to pay attention to it, and they've kind of let it go themselves. Again, Jeff opinion. There you go. Getting caught up in chat. People will still go to the movies even if they can get it via streaming for cheaper. We'll see. We'll see. I don't think I agree with you, Ray J, but I hope you're right. The experience can't be replicated. It kind of can. It kind of can. It can't for everyone. I get that. But plenty of people can buy a Sonos system, can buy a big screen TV, can order Uber Eats, and have a pretty good experience on their couch. Not everybody can. AMC popcorn, $14. Exactly. Jay, is that Jay? Yeah, exactly. Heard rumblings about Spider-Man. I've heard plenty of rumblings about Spider-Man 2, Russell Fan. Russell Fan, welcome in, man. You definitely know your stuff, I can tell. I think there is going to be news about Spider-Man today, and I've heard a lot of stuff that I don't know if it's real or not. I think a lot of fan BS out there today, but I'm excited to see if it's right. And I think the Spider-Man thing is right. And I actually base my belief in the Spider-Man thing on what they're doing at the Marvel Experience in Anaheim. And you got Spidey flying over your head, right? Why would they go to that? I think that Spider-Man, I think there's going to be a growth in the MCU. What is the cost per month for Disney Plus? It's like $8 a month or $7. I think it's $7 a month, Sir Bum. We pay on the annual plan. I just had my annual renew, and I don't remember. I think it's $7 a month. Anybody in chat, let them know. Or I don't want to be wrong. I think so. I always say it's 10, but it's more. Walt says, again, Walt from Mouse Talk, by the way, you need to go check out Mouse Talk. Great friend of mine. Great sports fan, great Disney guy, live streaming. I moved down to Orlando just in time for COVID. Moved down and is doing a great job. The channel's blowing up. Give him some love. We love to argue, but he's a great guy. Overall, as a country, though, is the closing of movie theaters good for the economy? Yes. If people don't go, it's not a trailing indicator, Walt. It's not a trailing indicator. If we don't go to it, should it stay open is the question that I would ask. Overall, as a country, though, is the closing of movie theaters good for the economy? They will only close if they're not profitable. If people go, why would they close? Less jobs, higher unemployment. Do you go to the sweet lady with the hairnet and pay her your money and talk to her? Or do you go to the automated system? I go to the sweet lady with the hairnet. But most people who complain about these jobs go to the robot and watch the lady as she packs up her stuff and goes home because she doesn't have a job. Less companies selling their candy and popcorn to companies. I don't know. I don't think economics is that hard, but I think that people are confused by it. If you want an individual experience, you need an individual. If you want an experience that's more effective, you go to the robot. What say you? I mean, people vote with their feet. Disneyland would still have all those rides that we both miss if people went. So overall, is the country better off if people keep stuff open that nobody are going to? Is the right question to ask in my never so humble opinion. Way behind in chat. Guys, I love you. Thanks for being involved. I don't think I'm missing any news. I'm going to stick with the chat until I get caught up. I want to not ignore anybody. So guys, before I keep going, hey, Jackie from RB and Disney, I'm going to get to yours right now. If anybody's new here, this is what we do. We talk about the Disney news of the stuff. Disney news and stuff of the day, 6 days a week. Today is Disney Investor Day 2020. It's a 4-hour live stream. I'm going to try to watch it. I cannot guarantee I'll be on it, and I certainly can't guarantee I'll be on it for 4 hours. I will be on live tonight doing a football show, but tomorrow's show, actually I don't have a live stream tomorrow because I've got a Christmas party for my kiddos at school that we do for my work. So Saturday's show, we'll talk about the Mandalorian and Investor Day. I might even do a video tomorrow night, but there'll be all kinds of coverage all over the internet from me and from others about what happens today. Back to the chat. Jackie from RVing to Disney, one of my favorite people. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I had a Hatch chili burger, like Monday or Sunday. I thought it was so good. Oh, I love Hatch chilies. We are getting too comfortable being at home and having everything in the palm of our hands from our homes. In the long run, I do not think that is a good thing. No, I agree with you. What's the movie? Is it WALL-E? Where we all look like me on a couch floating around? I mean, you're right. I agree. But the question is it good for America if businesses go out? I mean, spend money at those businesses or they go away. I can't go to the movies to see Marvel if Disney won't release movies in theaters. Exactly. I'll go if it's an option. That makes sense. Disney still needs to make it an option. See, I think I disagree with you where it says Disney needs. Disney doesn't need to do anything. Disney will do stuff that is consumed. If we consume it that way, they'll do it. If we vote by staying home, that's what they're going to do. They react to us. Yet we get mad at them when they make changes. They follow what we do. They follow consumer behavior to go to our dollars and our eyeballs. It's us that's doing it, not them. Any good company is reacting to the marketplace, not the other way around, in my never so humble opinion. As with anything else, jobs will revert to something else. Covered wagon. Amen, Tina. Amen. Amen. That's why I'll say it again. I try to say this as much as I can. You are paid in direct proportion to the problems you solve. Now, in a positive economy, in a good economy, people spend money on things they love. And so if you're in the economy, like the movies, where, you're not solving a problem by handing me popcorn. You're not. You're not solving a problem by not cleaning the floor at the movie theater. You're not solving any problem. You're providing a value to me. And in good economic times, those kinds of things work just fine. But in regular and bad times, you are paid in proportion to the problems you solve. The bigger the problem you solve, the more you get paid. Again, in the world of the economy is going great, everything's good, I got money, let's go to the movies, honey. You can profit off of my having a good time with my family and friends. Starbucks coffee isn't a need, it's a want. That's why I believe Starbucks is going to go through the roof next year. By the way, I bought it at 77. It's at 102 or something today. So it's growing right now. They're going to be building, Starbucks is going to be building more brick and mortar stores in the suburbs because people are going to want to sit down. You watch, as soon as we all get pricked in the arm, as soon as we get to 70%, everybody's going to be sick of sitting in the house. They're going to go somewhere. And you're not going to be able to find a seat in a Starbucks for the first 3 months after America opens. Somebody write it down. Because we're sick of it. But if we chose to go through the drive-thru instead and we took it home, they would close those doors because there's no problem being solved there. Make sense? I hope that does. The drive-ins will pop back up. I mean, the drive-ins are doing great. McDonald's is doing great right now. Chick-fil-A doing very strong. Why? They have very effective drive-thru. They can close their, I guess it's their lobby. They can close their sit down and eat area and they don't lose profitability. Matter of fact, they probably, here's the dirty little secret. Having 20 people in there that they have to clean up after and give them 47 catch-ups and spend 12 hours a customer is not a very cost-effective model. Why do you think the Sonics of the world pay better than McDonald's of the world? We still have one here and you can barbecue before the movie. Oh, that's fun. So this is way off topic and I don't really have time on the show, but my organization almost bought a drive-thru. Now it's going to be a kids, a drive-in movie theater. And it was going to be a kids training jobs program. It's a whole conversation that really doesn't fit on this channel, but maybe I'll tell you someday. $6.99 thinks as well. Yeah, I think that's right, Walt. He's talking about the price. Oh man, I am way behind the chat, guys. My apologies on chat. Way behind. You have 9 minutes until the next conference call. Good morning. Hey, what's going on, Kadani, Sean? Yeah, so this show will end in about 5 minutes anyway. It's Just Sampson in the house. Everybody say hi to Just Sampson. He's a good dude. Tina says, yes, Jeff, even though it often costs more, go to the bank teller, not the ATM. Exactly. Go to the cashier, not the, exactly. Just went to automated throughway, New York subway. Yeah. Again, I like automation. I don't mind automation. But I understand it hurts the little guy. The young person who's just getting in the workforce, he or she has to start somewhere. I get that. But when you look at the 55-year-old, I'm 50, okay? The 55-year-old who's doing I don't have any decision to make kind of job, he or she is totally reliant on the consumer choosing to do that thing. We need entry-level jobs for the young. I think the problem with we have so much success in the free enterprise system that we can get away with not solving a problem and getting paid. But when we get hot times hit, you go, oh, I don't have a job. Somebody pay me. You're not solving a problem. You're at the risk of somebody else's decision, in my never so humble opinion. And I'm sure I'm making some people mad and cool. Jinx, we totally said that at the same time when you said, well, David. Hey, David, how are you, buddy? What's going on? Rumors mentioned an all Sony Spidey films. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen there, Russell fan. I think that the Sony angle, the big hubbub. Oh, did I just say hubbub? Boy, does that make me old automatically? A lot of stuff is a Sony Disney agreement. I don't want to say the word merger. I don't know what I know. I am excited about Morbius, including Venom, Morbius, and Into the Spider-Verse, plus Toby, Andrew, and Tom series. I've heard that too. I don't know. The Morbius thing looks good. I'm a Jared Leto fanboy. I'm a big fan of his music. 30 Seconds to Mars rocks. Love them. but I also think he's a great actor. Tina says, Jeff, I would have loved to have posted that saying in my office waiting room when I was working, right? Where can I watch it? What are we talking about, Prod? Are you talking about the Investor Day? If you're a Disney investor, you needed to pre-register. I don't know if you still have time. It'll be on WaltDisneyCompany.com. I pre-registered. If you're not a Disney stockholder, I don't think you can. I honestly don't know. I've never been on it. This will be my first year I've ever done it. So there you go. Yeah, well, I don't know that they sent out an email to all. I don't think they did. I reached out to them and I said, hey, I'm a Disney stockholder. How do I do this? And then I had to go through this portal. You could either mail that. They can mail you something. You can fill it out, or you can do it online. I did mine online. It took a little bit more time, but it wasn't. I mean, we're talking like 6 minutes. Thank you, Joe Sampson. Sometimes they're just for you. When I see it in there, I'll throw it in there because I know you know music better than the average bear. I hope I'm answering your question on where you can watch it. I'm not sure if that's what you meant. Russell Fan, it will be Historic Day. I'm very excited about. Good. Yeah, did I answer it? Good. And again, you can watch on this channel. It's going to be everywhere today. There's going to be all kinds of videos about it, including on my channel at some point. I've got a busy work. Nah, I don't have a hugely busy work day, but I've got a kind of busy work day, and I'm already on a football live stream tonight. Ray J, you have a good one. We're actually out of time, guys. So let's get to it. Tonight, I will be on my NFL Watch Party show. Me, my buddy Pete, and my buddy Kelly share it. I think it's going to be on Kelly's channel. It might be on Pete's channel. All I know is it's not on my channel. Whatever. I'll post on my community tab if you want it. I guarantee I'll be talking about some of these things tonight on the show, even though we're watching football. And then tomorrow, there's no Good Morning Disney because I got a Christmas party. I get to go play Santa and give out gifts. It's going to be awesome. Love that. If you want to see pictures of that, it'll probably be on my Instagram. It's not a Disney thing, but it'll be fun. They are live streaming the event. Exactly, Russell Fan. It's going to be today, 1:30, 4:30 Eastern Time, Pacific Time. It's a 4-hour event. Tonight, and then in 10 minutes, 15 minutes actually, my 25 Days of Disney Creators continues. Another Disney Creator today, Megan Moves. Hope you enjoy that. Hope you check that out. 25 straight days of Disney Creators with about 1,000 subscribers or less that I'm introducing you or hoping to introduce to you. And then tomorrow night, Disney Pins Live. Saturday morning, Good Morning Disney. We will reaction and review to The Mandalorian. And somewhere in there, I will throw in there Investor Day, my thoughts, reactions, reviews. I enjoyed today, guys. I like the business of Disney. Frankly, if I could move my channel in a direction, it might be more Disney business. And I might, because I really like this stuff. I don't know that there's as much of an audience for it, but I know I'm passionate about it. Thank you, Surf Bomb. It's going to be fun, right? Again, I think it's on Kelly's channel. It might be on Pete's channel. Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate that very much. And I love you guys. Thank you, whether you're a member of the channel or it's the first time you've ever been here, whether you're ninja moded or you chatted in whether you give me a upvote or a downvote, whatever it is, I appreciate you spending a little time here. I love this stuff. Missy says, I don't like the fact that Walmart doesn't have more cashiers, though. I don't always like self-checkout. I don't use self-checkout. I'm not making some political statement. I like people. Now, during the pandemic, it makes a lot of sense. And I got to be honest, right now I'm ordering it online so it can come to my house because people have this bug and I don't want to get sick. But I think that we should support the getting back into the workforce economy. But soon you will have no cashiers because it's more effective. They don't bitch and moan. They don't call in sick. They don't slip and fall. They don't yell at their boss. They don't wear the wrong pants. And they get it done faster and people have a better experience. So it is what it is. Lizzie in Disneyland, you have a great day. Misty, have a great day. Tina, Just Sampson, Jackie, Kadani, Sean, all of you have a great day again. 14 minutes from now, a new video pops on my 25 Days of Disney Creators tonight. NFL Watch Party, Disney Pins Live tomorrow night, reaction and review to The Mandalorian Saturday morning. Are you not entertained? I love you all. Have the best day ever. Have fun storming the castle. And I mean every word of these two beautiful words. Merry Christmas. Have the best day ever. See ya. Investor Day 2020. I'm excited. By the way, last thing. If you stayed all the way to the end, if you want to buy Webull, Robinhood stocks, that's where I buy my stocks. It's 2 of my 3 places I buy my stocks. I have a referral link. You deposit $100, they'll give you free stock. They'll give me free stock. I've got a couple $100 in Levi. Well, about $120 in Levi and like $80 in other stuff. Free. You get free stock. I get free stock. Just email me. If you want to get in my Slack channel, you just send me your email. My email is doledad@gmail.com. I'll get you on my newsletter, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. Resort Budgeting knows. Resort Budgeting is having a good stock year. Anyway, that's it. Have the best day ever. Bye for now. See you, Russell Band. You were awesome.